Everything is fake to everybody now. I mean, everything is kind of fluke now. This is the thing.
Everything is just so tainted.
Everything is in shitified.
Yeah, everything just doesn't feel like authentic. Everything feels
everything is
like
worse now.
Super
sounds awful.
Or like,
how do we change that?
Keep
I have no idea, man.
No,
I need somebody smarter than me to figure that one out.
yeah, like that's above my pay grade.
So first off, welcome back to DLC. We are at Clipper City, the new home of DLC.
Welcome.
Yes. Thank you to our gracious host Sam over here, who's now joined the pod.
Yes, permanent new host.
There you go.
Are in a whole new direction.
We're gonna get into a lot today, but I don't know if anybody got anything you need to say before we get rolling. Anything? No.
Just we're gonna keep going up, man. Quality's gonna keep going up. Activity's gonna keep going up. Now we hooked up with the man who's plugged in and in more heads than a little bit, Mr. Clipper City over here. So
yeah,
happy to be the host, guys. Seriously, this is gonna be cool.
We appreciate it. We needed a home for DLC needed a permanent home.
Permanent home.
So this will be great for everybody, I think. So without further ado, then we're just gonna get into it, right? So we're gonna start off with we're gonna formulate this podcast a little bit different now. We're gonna have a couple different topics we're gonna hit on. So we're gonna start talking about real world stuff. We're gonna talk about sports. We're gonna talk about news. We're gonna talk about just anything that's really going on right now. So to start off with, right, we're gonna title this one crisis coverage in media, right? So this is a real important topic we got going on lately, obviously in the world we live in right now, especially in America, USA. Media coverage, how that's interpreted, who it's presented by, what platform it's given by, all these things can vary upon, can vary what you hear, where you hear it, and how you hear it, and what they say to you about it, right? Two opinions can be totally different from two different places on the same thing, right? So with that in mind, how do you think media coverage shapes public perception during major crises or breaking events?
I mean, it's everything. That's why the media is how it is, and it's been the giant it is now, and that's why they've been falling to things like social media, because now we're able to report the truth faster than potentially they can make up any type of lie or any type of bias. But as you see, like you can see it now, like the media is split to a point where you will have right-leaning media or you will have left-leaning media.
Right. So what they call that, right? They call that echo chamber, right?
Yeah, I guess.
So if you only click in, the way that social media works nowadays is actually kind of fucked, to be honest. Because if you only, tap into, say the Democratic side of things or the Republican side of things, that's generally going to be the kind of content that you see, right? So you're not going to see the other end of the spectrum most chances unless you go actively looking for it, which most people just don't. So that's what they get, that echo of you hear the same thing getting bounced back to you that you're spitting out, and you just think your shit smells, sweet, basically. And, you might be right, you might be wrong.
Well, that's why I believe I listen to both. I try to hear both. It's because they make good points in both. Like, that's why I went independent, is because I'm just like, it's just too much back and forth of ridiculousness, and like no one has a solid plan, and no one's had for years. So just backing out until I hear something perfect.
I feel like they actually have had a plan for years. They've been doing what they've been doing for years. This is why we are where we are. At this point, I wonder whether or not they are leaning into either side with the point of being that side. Because I think that at some point, they're going to have to bail on it. Because there is the social media aspect. There is the find whatever news you want.
True.
So at what point are they going to just not be able to do that anymore because they're leaning into their own trope?
Well, because there's a demographic.
And they know now.
But there's a demographic who don't use social media anymore, and that's usually our elders. So they still have all of their attention. And
like
potentially
the uneducated viewer.
I mean, true.
It's getting less and less.
It's getting less and less. I mean, like I said, you listen to Fox, it's hilarious because they're so like, oh, they suck. And then you hear Democrats and it's so like, oh, they're losing so bad. And it's just like, it's just ridiculous because it's just as crazy as how Iran, I guess, feel how they feel about the war, like they're winning or whatever, or how we feel. It's just wild. Everything.
Does it not make you just wonder what the fucking news is?
Yes, it's all
makes
of
you
it.
wonder what you're looking at. And
what is even happening?
Sprinkled on top of that, what do we got? We got AI fake videos and shit on top of it. Too,
AI is crazy.
Imagine trying to convince, just trying to convince your grandma or whoever that what you just showed them a real video on social media. Like, I've had my grandparents look at, a video game and be like, oh, who's playing today? Like, this is a video game. You know what I'm saying? This is not even a real game. Let alone an AI crafted video, right? Let alone an AI crafted video that is built to confuse you.
I think the best ones I've seen is where a guy goes up to a guy and be like, "Hey man, is this you?" Like, and then he shows him doing something real gay with somebody. And he's like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And he's like, "Yeah, man, like." This dude said he was just talking with you, and he's like, hey,
"That's real shit, though. That's real shit that's going on."
They be like, "Yo, what the fuck is happening?" Like,
I mean, not so much for the average person, but it's real shit going on. Like, as far as like how the more seedier parts of the internet, like you got shit like Grok and other shit like that, where you can generate basically images of anything and anybody doing any fucking thing.
Sure.
And what you use that for and what you do with it is now totally in the air right now. So that's why they're all doing. They're having to deal with that. On the higher ends of the government right now.
I mean, you have to.
Congress.
I assume they know how to deal with the metadata, though. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sure that's 90%.
Right, but who's checking the metadata? I mean, the average viewer isn't doing that.
Well, average viewer, no, but if you're...
That's who's consuming the content, though.
True.
You're only going to check all that stuff when, you get the higher ups here saying, okay, who did what and who didn't do what, when it's serious, when somebody's getting sued or, somebody's, in court over this shit, that's when they're going to start checking metadata and seeing what's really real and what's really not. But
True.
The average person, the average, environment that you're going to be in, the average viewer, especially on social media, you're just going to see whatever you see. And if you believe it, you believe it. If you don't, you don't. But I'm sure that most of these people are just shooting for the numbers.
Yeah, just what happened
to they get half these people to believe them.
I think that's the bottom of it is become all about numbers and not about
the integrity.
What you're putting out anymore.
What happened to the journalistic integrity? You know what I mean?
Or even just creative ownership. Wanting to be something unique. It has nothing to do about it. It's about numbers.
Numbers. Always about the numbers.
Why make something cool when you could replicate something and make so much more money
and pay so much more less
and fake it
so much less work
and just do what someone else did? It just has. It's kind of sad, honestly. But
it's fucked everything up.
Anyway.
All right. So I'll piggybacking off of that then.
Segue.
When something crazy happens in the world, how do you decide whether it's actually real or if it's just overblown nonsense?
You can't. You got to listen to both sides, and there's three sides to every story. We unfortunately only get 1.5 because we're American.
But how do you do that though? So if I show you a story right now, how are you gonna make sure? Oh, he's bullshitting. That's not real.
I mean,
how do you know?
Unfortunately, you got to cross-reference it with everything else. It's
exactly.
Like they tell you to do everything in the world.
So where you cross-referencing that though? What sources you using?
More bullshit news. You compare it to more bullshit, and then you try to figure out what's the least common denominator of bullshit.
I mean, to me, the real answer is social media, right? So you got to go in there.
To an extent,
I'll check the news people first, but I know there's certain places on social media that I can go that if something really happens, these places, multiple places, are all going to post about the same thing. It's all going to be aligned for the most part of something happened, right?
I mean, that's where
and then you interpret the background, the periphery of the information.
There are apps. I'm pretty sure there's at least factcheck.com or something like that. And then there's something where it brings all
Ground news.
And then there's stuff where it brings all of it together, all the social medias. And I think that's smart. Like the fact that one, it'll bring it all together, but two, it'll do it for you as a person. We're all going to be opinionated. You want to see your stuff, but you also want to see some of the other stuff. Mm-hmm. The common ground is not saying one or the other. It's saying this is what everyone's saying. It's the commonplace.
I guess it sucks for me because sometimes I keep my scope so low when it comes to like a lot of world events and so on that it seems like I don't care or I have a deaf ear, but it's just like I have an issue to be into things that I can't control, and I necessarily by myself cannot control the outcome, good or bad, of what should and should not happen. So, it's hard to. I empathy problems, you know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting here and just feeling bad all the time for people in the world. Like when I used to watch the news when I was younger, I used to be mad. And that's why I stopped watching the news, because it's just like they just drive you to feel a certain way about this or that. Like now,
right.
Like you said, you don't realize how deep it's always been and how they've always pushed you to believe a certain way. It's just only become more apparent, like you said, because of social media. Like it's the only reason now we can see like, oh snap, like, oh, they're pushing this BS. Oh, like, oh, they're doing that. They're doing this.
Do you think it's because of social media or because we've gotten older and seen it happen over time? Do you think before social media that the generation before that was like, oh, they were doing the same bullshit?
I think
to a degree, maybe.
I think the people who
I think we saw it a little bit more though.
I guess I would think the people who were like not into it.
You just beat me to the next question, basically, with your answer. You're on the money. Does the world feel more chaotic now, or are we just seeing everything instantly? Right?
Hell
We're
yeah!
all over 30, right? It wasn't like this before, right?
I'm
it was.
pretty sure it's more chaotic.
It was. We just didn't have
Definitely
eyes
is.
into it. Like the whole.
You think it was more before?
The 9/11 and all that. I'm sure it was way more hectic. But
I think it's a lot
But dear
more
to where we were and how much knowledge was out there.
I think it's a lot more sectioned. I think there's a lot more time in between that there's not so much crazy nonsense going on. I mean, I remember times back in the day where I don't know who's in Congress. I don't know who the senators are. I don't know what's going on.
Right.
I don't know. Doesn't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? Until 9/11 happens, then all of a sudden it matters. You know, you gotta do some learning. But before that, I don't really care. You know, it wasn't so sensational. It wasn't something I needed to know, really. You know, at least on a day-to-day basis. Obviously, I was a lot younger, but like, you know, still though. Like,
do you think that's why though? Because we were young. I mean,
I feel like I have to ask my parents that question. Do you really know?
so I did.
Okay, what is it?
And my parents are dope. I've got cool ass parents. They are real on multiple levels, and they say, "Yeah, it's crazier now, dude. It's way crazier now."
Things were simple. You know, the hardest thing was, what's gonna come on Friday on the Jet magazine? You know what I'm saying? Like that was, I don't know about that. Was like the extent.
What did they say? Like, what was their justification for that?
My bad.
Well, I mean, and I think 9/11 is probably a good like a good changing point.
Yeah. Because
things changed at that day. You know what I mean? Like, why? What was happening? I mean, did we? All right. So obviously there was wars and all sorts of other shit happening before, but never had it hit us so hard here. And then that had more to do with the social aspects.
So things that have pushed us to have to do more or better, i.e., like COVID. We had to adjust to COVID, and that's why certain businesses are now set the way they are, and potentially why AI was pushed even harder due to, like, you know, the jaw force of how it was.
Well, think about how 9/11 affected the airports.
So yeah, they went
industry.
To code. I used to work there.
And industry changes
from then on.
Social changes, just an entire change of you know, the trajectory of what society was doing at the time.
Man, rules are made when shit gets fucked up.
9/11 in particular, like,
and that's who we are now.
Yeah, I mean, I think
that changed us before we were part of society, and now we're part of it, and we are the generation that is
what we're used to, right? Because to that point, right? My wife is Persian, right? So when 9/11 occurred, you know, she was in middle school. I think we were all in middle school about that.
Mm-hmm.
Elementary school, middle school, and you know, the social aspect of that, being a, you know, Middle Eastern person now, you know,
getting it.
What you're receiving socially now is so much different. It's the change was like that, you know, so much more different. You know, the vitriol that you get now, it's kind of been. I feel like that kind of social division now has been built into our generation of people, and now they poured gasoline on the fire with social media now, where you can, just like I said, you can get into those echo chambers. Now, when you used to have a crazy thought like, my mom says this crazy shit, and now this is not what I know, right? But I can't, you know, none of your friends would be out talking about that, you know, out in public or whatever. You might hear a comment or whatever, but like, you wouldn't have somewhere you can go like 4chan or Reddit or whatever, where you can just get into, you know, this shit, you know, with like-minded individuals and just back and forth and snowball until you both hate everything and hate everybody and get into some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a whole different climate than what we used to.
And they get paid to do it now. People get online to be like, "Oh, Trump is winning. These people suck." Like what? Jordan Cash. He's another one. There's another guy who's always super Democrat. It's always like, Trump is losing. He's losing this war.
It goes both ways for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just so funny, and it's just like nothing encourages them to actually tell the 100% truth.
It's all
because
clicks.
they all get paid.
That's the biggest issue.
It's all clicks. It's all engagement.
Clicks and not truths.
Exactly.
Can you imagine if there was merit for like you got way more for telling the truth? Can you imagine
you get like
a world?
bonus at the end of the year?
Can you imagine a world?
It's supposed to be like awards.
That's a good ass point. If we were to set a system up like that, how would you do it?
They do it. They get those little awards or whatever.
I don't know if I'm smart enough to figure that out.
They get those awards on how you delivered the news, what story you picked up. Like
but I mean, I'm talking about the average person. Like this had to be like a social media thing where like, this platform has a gold check instead of a blue one because they've been verified for 7 years without any false stories.
Who's the one who gives the checks?
That's my point. How do you do that though? Everything is fake to everybody now.
Then you have to have a fact determining commission.
The democratic way would be to vote.
Facts.
Just get AI to do it.
Like a yearly like awards ceremony for Instagram or something. Like
they do that stuff.
Most verified platforms, put your vote in on a platform that you like.
They do. They have it for
put one in on a platform
YouTube.
you don't like.
They do. I'm sure they do. We
I
just
don't
don't
know.
care
It'd
enough.
be interesting social
And we're not
experiment to
in
see
it.
how
but
that-
but do we
happens.
trust whatever? Like, all right, so
No,
we've seen what. Yeah, exactly. It's not gonna be truth though if we
Nope.
ask everybody.
It'd be view bombing. It'd be botting. It'd be
See?
however you can manipulate it, it would happen.
Same thing they do with music. Same thing they do with everything.
I mean, everything is kind of fluked out. This is the thing.
Everything is just so tainted.
Everything is in shitified.
Yeah, everything just doesn't feel like authentic. Everything feels
everything is
like
worse now.
super
Which sounds
corporate-y
awful,
or
man.
like
How do we change that?
keep
I
buying
have
it.
no idea, man.
Keep going.
I
No,
think somebody smarter than me to figure that one out.
yeah, like that's above my pay grade.
Definitely is. I don't know, man. How do you change that? I feel like I don't know, man. Everybody got to go back to flip phones.
Yeah, look, I ain't smart.
Well,
Well,
enough.
is
I ain't
it
no pretend.
government?
Wipe social media
Is it
off the
intervention?
platform.
Is it intervention? Does someone need to step in?
I mean, who would that person be?
Yeah,
How would they
who
do it?
Step in and
I mean, it would
It had to
be
be
the
a government
government.
decree, basically. Yeah, it had to be a government
I
decree.
mean,
that
what
says
was it?
Instagram's illegal now or
Australia banned it for under 18 or some shit.
ban what for?
something. I mean,
Social
they definitely
media.
need to do that. I full
Listen,
heartedly will. I'll pay for that
I
one.
fully
See,
believe
and I would
that
say
social
let
media
them
is going to
have
be
their
looked at
own-
as like something as bad as cigarettes. They're going to be
It
like
is.
like all of the scrolling. They're going to be like, holy shit! You let them do that at what age?
Doom scrolling is definitely melting kids' brains.
Cigarettes at how old? When like what in the early 1900s?
Yeah, but
Children?
cigarettes were so much harder to get to. Everybody's
For
got a
children
phone now.
in the 1900s, dude.
No,
early,
like the
no, they
1900s.
like children smoked cigarettes.
Oh, the
packs and
1900s?
packs
Oh,
and
yeah.
packs. That's what I'm saying. And then we realized it was fucking terrible,
Yeah, it's horrible idea.
and we rolled it back. And now it's $20 a pack.
I mean, but as you know, legislation is always, years,
You want to
decades
stop people
behind,
from like
technology.
smoking cigs?
They got
They
rid of the
expensive as
flavors.
shit.
I was.
Facts.
It was the flavor cigarette.
And get rid of the flavors.
That was bullshit. I ain't really never had one either.
But they're gonna do the same thing. They're
Right,
gonna
so
be
it's all
like,
targeted to kids.
they're gonna, which social media is.
Mhm.
It's addicting
Oh, yeah.
on purpose, and they told us that.
Yeah,
I mean, Vine was.
because it's pay per click. It's the advertisers.
It's just the.
They have to
grown-up
regulate the
version of Vine.
Yeah,
advertising.
well, same with cigarettes. It's addictive on purpose.
I mean, yeah. This is,
They're gonna roll it
Yeah,
back
and
and
they're
be like,
stealing
"This
all our
melted
data.
your
They're
brains."
stealing all.
Sorry.
Yeah, they're stealing all
My
our
bad.
data. They're giving it out to everybody.
That's a good question. Y'all gotta let us know down in the comments. How would you go about fixing our? Let's just start with social media problem, right? Like,
Yeah.
how do you fix that so that everything isn't so inflammatory, one way or the other?
How do you
right? Like,
safeguard it for kids?
how do you safeguard the internet,
and
basically? which
safeguard
is-
it for yourself?
How do you do that?
I think yourself is a good way of putting it. If you could set that, be like, "Hey, I don't want to see any of this."
I mean,
this,
they
and
do.
this.
But they do have those. You just have to
They
manually
vaguely have
do
that,
it.
but that's
But
also
you just mean like a overall filter where you're just like, oh, okay, you only just want to see marble races.
I don't think
or
it's gonna
something
work.
like that.
I don't think it would work on a personal level for you to just choose yourself, because then you're just getting
Yeah.
into the echo chambers.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
just
that's
gonna
what I'm
hear
saying,
you
yeah.
want to hear and see what you want to see.
Exactly.
It's not going to work that way. It's got to
It
be
almost
from the
defeats the
top.
purpose,
It's got to be
yeah.
from the top down, some kind of way. I feel like they have to go after the advertisers to start with. If social media doesn't pay money, so much less is going to occur on social media. Like, that's going to be the
Agreed.
first stop.
That's
Agreed.
That's going to be the first stop.
true.
But then, what are you really going to do?
I mean, but that's why they got.
Are you really going to get away with that or not?
Well, that's
you
why
know?
they got the people on there doing and providing the content, because they get paid. Just like any other business.
It's incentives.
You get paid.
Incentive to be a creative, doing new things, telling the truth is different than just making content and making money.
All right, fuck all this fucked up world shit.
Yeah,
give me
Yeah,
something. Give me
that
some
was
good.
our last go.
Come on,
All right, so let's get into the entertainment and pop culture segment, right?
Yeah.
All right, so either y'all been watching any shows lately? Like y'all got any shows or any yeah?
Hell yeah.
How about that? Let's start with that. Invincible. I've been watching
I
Invincible.
finished Invincible.
The Boys.
I love The Boys.
I want to watch it, but I have this issue
Wait,
where
you watch Invincible but not The Boys?
Hold on, hear me.
Right, that seems difficult. To do.
That feels.
I have
not-
this issue where there's certain things I
Definitely
won't
not.
finish because I always want to have it
To
something
watch?
to watch, even though I won't go watch. It's
That's what
really
YouTube is for, bro.
It's really, and I have YouTube, but I don't. But because I have YouTube and it's endless
No,
content,
that's for rewatch. That's for rewatch.
Designer media is what you have to consume when it's. popping.
it's that's what I'm saying.
Otherwise,
It's so,
somebody's
it's
gonna
so
ruin it for
weird.
you.
There's stuff where I'm just like, I really want to watch the end of that, but then like I just won't watch it. Like I want to watch The Boys. I want to finish it,
I don't know
but
if I
then
have that
like
problem.
I just don't know why I won't just turn it on. Invincible though, every Wednesday. Like I was ready. Like let's get it. Like
I definitely have shows that I've hold a grudge against, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not watching that.
Yeah,
but but not because of that reason.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's dumb. I cannot lie. It's dumb.
Not because I want to watch it and I'm choosing not to.
All right, so what do y'all think? Here's a question for you. What do y'all think makes a show or franchise worth continuing for multiple seasons, like The Boys, right? You know, when should a show just like end instead of dragging on, or like what?
And that's a good point because they need to
end
end sometimes sooner than they do.
No, they're.
I think isn't this the last season of The Boys?
Yeah. But they already greenlit the spinoff, so.
No, but good point. I love spinoffs.
It depends.
But end the show.
It's so. It
end
depends.
the show.
It
Do
depends.
spinoffs.
It depends.
I don't know if I'm a spinoff guy, to be
It
honest.
depends.
Why not?
It totally depends.
I don't know.
I love
Punisher.
history. I love
Listen,
backstory.
You got the Punisher.
True.
From Daredevil. Like there are some things that they wouldn't exist if they didn't have predecessors. Like it.
I mean,
But there's
really
certain spinoffs where I just don't feel like. So like
spinoff really.
My
I mean,
Hero.
they're both pretty high profile IP, and
I would say My Hero Academia that ended right. There's already a spinoff called The Vigilantes.
Yeah, but
And it's just like, how do I want to watch?
It's not nearly the same thing, though.
That's what I'm saying. But it's a
you're
spinoff.
also talking about you're talking about
It's a
comic
spinoff.
book shit, which has been literally
done
just
to death. Yeah.
so blown
All right,
up.
so this is my example then, right, of something I couldn't do spinoff wise, right? And it's kind of, I feel like it's a bit of your problem, right? Where like, I feel like I did this, I watched this whole thing was emotionally engaging, and like now that it's over, like I don't know if I can just like after a year or whatever off, I don't know if I can pick it back up again.
Yeah.
Mine was Breaking Bad, right? Better Call Saul came
Right.
out, and I just couldn't do it.
But Better Call Saul is actually better.
I've heard people say that though.
I'm with you.
I've heard people say that though,
I
but
felt that way too.
I
But
just couldn't do it. Or Game of Thrones, like I haven't watched House of Dragon.
yeah,
Couldn't do it.
same thing. Same thing. I haven't watched House of Dragon 2 because they fucking crash landed
Guys.
the last season. That I was like, I
Right,
don't trust
they
them.
fucked up the
Guys,
last part of
So
Game of
can I
Thrones
use this is my example of why I feel this way.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Game of Thrones was long as shit.
It was. Took up like a
They
decade of my
gave
life.
up the rights to the writers, bloody bloody. 9 seasons. I don't even care how it ends.
Yeah. No, we got
Game of Thrones is a story that has so much world.
and so much
I
building.
was so tired of that story, but I like the world. So what they're giving me now is history and side stories, and I love it because it's new.
So you watch House of Dragon.
I've watched. I watched Game of Thrones from episode 1
I watched
all
it.
the way to
Yes,
the end.
I did. Me too.
From Airs.
Yes, from Airs.
That's the
From
flex.
Airs.
That's a real flex.
Every
Not a lot of
Sunday,
people do that.
I didn't do
We
that.
would have a group.
I missed
I had
2
like 5 or 6
throughout
homies that would
10
come
years,
over.
dog.
10 years.
10 years.
Every Sunday for years.
I didn't do it.
It was a ritual.
Okay.
I didn't start watching it. I watched the whole thing, obviously, from
Same
one
thing
to go.
The Walking Dead would come on before that. So it was
The
Walking Dead.
I
then
caught like
what's
that.
the name?
Another one that just beat itself into the ground.
And guess
Oh
what? I
my
haven't
God.
finished.
Walking Dead.
Walking
I
Dead.
Agreed.
I didn't finish it either.
Once they
was
beat
so
Glenn to
into-
death, I was like, "Fuck this show, I'm out."
But their side stories are kind of dope.
They
My
might be,
point.
but I will never know.
So if I were gonna give you any recommendation, dude, watch A Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Ooh, I'm sorry. That is a good question. But I'll think about what is a show where you watched it and then you were just like, "Fuck this shit." Like they did something
out.
and you're like, "I'm out." Fuck that. I don't care. I spent maybe 4 years watching this shit.
I don't
and
know if
they
I have
did
that
it,
many
and you're just
examples
like,
of that.
I don't care. I'll give you. Here's mine.
That might be my
I'm loyal.
legit only one
I'm loyal.
My only one. Well, my one is Naruto.
that I can think of.
Naruto.
Nah,
I'm just letting you know. For me, Naruto Shippuden, because they were talking about Pain killed everybody in the village. Oh no, Pain killed everybody. No, oh, what we gonna do? Naruto tossed the dude. Everybody come back to life. No, fuck this show. I'm done. No, you don't kill
I
an
can't do
entire
that.
fucking village and bring everybody back when the show is about successors. It's about the next generation moving up. So how dare you kill all the old people and bring them back? Like it's no like what? Like that was the time to have these people become better, move their you know what I'm saying? Move their arcs in whole different crazy positions. Like
I mean, I guess, but I mean,
but like
Naruto's just an
that's
iconic
just
series.
a-
I couldn't drop that just to drop it. I like anime shit. Too.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm
But
caught up. I
the
never
fucking
watched
Walking Dead though, yeah, that
I never
shit
watched
got
the full
axed
episode after
quick.
that. I abridged everything once
And I
everything
love
was
that
finished.
I think the first season of Walking Dead is some of the best TV you'll ever watch.
Yeah.
First couple of seasons
Yeah,
were
it was-
amazing.
I think it was all the way up to what Terminus or whatever.
Terminus, I
It
think.
was after no, with the dude with the baseball bat.
Yeah,
and-
Negan. Whenever Negan
That
came in,
that
I
was
was like,
peak.
all right,
That was
I'm
peak.
over it.
That's kind of when I was over.
Well,
it, yeah.
when he did that, that was kind
That
of
was the news. I didn't watch that whole season. Yeah, and then they started giving Negan mad time, and then it was what the governor. I was like, it's just weak now.
But that might be my only example, though. I feel like if I invest years into a show, then I'll probably watch it when it comes. Like
that's how I feel. I'm surprised that you haven't dipped into the other stuff because you started from the beginning. So you don't feel any like loyalty to that?
It didn't come into America too. It's like so far apart. Where
that's a movie though. That's different.
But it's the same for me. It's the same concept. But the only but the shows have done it right. But even still weird. Like X-Men '97, the second season.
I like that shit for the most part.
I like it. It's cool, but it's a little weird because
they tweaked it a little. Yeah,
it tweaked a little bit, but then it's still a little weird.
Right,
I'm happy, but it's just a little off.
You know, this is a revelation for me though. I really didn't realize I wasn't a spinoff guy until today. I learned something new today.
Yo, down with spinoffs, bro.
I learned something new today.
It's got to really hit to be a spinoff. Like you said, Better Call Saul. You will only watch that as if you like Saul Goodman, and once you realize, like, yo,
I do like
this
Saul
whole
Goodman though.
joint was
I
just.
still couldn't do it though. I don't know why.
My problem with that one is that they didn't get to Saul Goodman fast enough.
I give you that.
It took forever. I couldn't get there. I couldn't get there.
Shit.
I wasn't willing to put in the time to get there. But I wanted to see Saul Goodman immediately.
But when he did have his little moments in between the long case with his uncle or whatever, they were great. When he was like, when you get your $1 million.
Was his brother though? His brother.
Yeah, his brother sucked ass.
That's where I got out.
And then, but
see, was that
he got his ass though. I didn't see when he got his ass. He got his ass. I checked out a Dexter after he killed the black dude.
Like, no, Dexter was
he
fire.
was just like on his ass. But he was on his ass, and they wasn't killed him. This is like,
I will accept that one. You know why? Because
the impending death. Like,
the show went
because it was no more like
the show tanked after that. Basically,
because like
I will accept that one.
There is
his
a peak.
Ass, he would like randomly and shit, and Dexter always be like,
that was hysterical.
I really thought he was gonna bang his sister at a point there. So I thought he was gonna bang Deb for a while there. So I was kind of like, all right, this is going.
Yo, I thought they were gonna fuck for a minute long,
and then they didn't kill him.
That's because they were fucking in real life.
Yeah, I mean,
is that
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that would make sense because when they were acting, I was like, bro, this is mad weird. I'm like, y'all giving I want to fuck vibes.
Yeah, well,
when y'all were supposed to be brother and sister, like,
I'm surprised the director wasn't like, hey,
you need to chill.
I need you guys to like.
To be honest, it kind of worked though a little bit, just because
it did.
He's a serial killer. He's fucked up in the head, so like you kind of think that like he probably has some weird shit going on.
And she was the worst too. God,
she was,
she was cringy.
I forgot what her name was.
They kind of ruined it, but they ruined that show.
Yeah,
there's lots of shows like that.
Any of those spinoffs?
I think the furthest I got was like there was a baby involved in the blood of bath, a tub full of blood water.
Yeah, that was kind of fucked up.
That was literally where I left off. Like,
but you know that was just them redoing the whole like cycle of death shit. You know, where he was born in blood, the new baby was born in blood.
See,
blah, blah, blah.
Nope.
But all right, so we'll save. We'll put a pin in that for now. We'll come back to that later. You know, give us some more topics later. But all right, this is a good one though. Brand collabs. This is a big thing that happens nowadays, whether it's TVs, movies, gaming, whatever. That's gonna be my example, right? I play Call of Duty like a motherfucker, right? And I feel like they killed Call of Duty when they started doing all these fucking collabs. When this shit became Fortnite, and all of a sudden now you can see Nicki Minaj running around. Call of Duty.
So what you mean you mean monetization in gaming? That's different.
Well,
because
that's not just because there's still a brand collab. That's the whole point. I mean, they're doing it for advertising and they're doing it for money.
But then, for clothing, it's different. Because I love you love brand collabs when it comes to clothing.
That's where I thought you were going with that. Yeah,
we don't like. That's monetization. That's just straight up monetization.
All right, yeah, you already got me then.
I like the teamwork aspect of it.
Yeah, like, yo, here's my weird ass product. Here's your weird ass product. They had sex, and now we got this product.
Yeah, but I feel like it has to be good. Though.
It might be.
Like there's lazy collabs that are just like, why are we doing this? And then there's like ones that are hitters.
Supreme has long since gone down the shitter with collabs. Like their collabs are actually booty shit. Like whenever they sold their shit to whomever, they just quality been down. Everything's been ass. Nothing's been original. Like I haven't like tried to jump on for a fucking 11 a.m. drop in like years.
Like it happens to a lot of boutique brands, like a lot of brands like that, especially hype beach, like streetwear brands.
Yeah,
you know? Once you make it to a certain point, and it's just about
we died.
You know, it's just about the money at that point. You know,
like I was told.
What are your thoughts on the big sellout though?
Huh?
Sellout. Not. Let me rephrase. Where is it cool, and where is it not cool to collab? At what level? Let's just say your brand. Are you hitting Target? Are you hitting, you know what I mean? Like what?
So I feel like that's what I would call a sellout, right? If I was to suddenly put my brand in Target,
well, what kind of brand?
Not necessarily selling out.
Like my clothing brand. Like let's go with that, right?
But
somebody
you know Hilton Carter.
I'm sorry,
the plant guy.
No,
Hilton Carter.
No,
he's a Baltimore dude who is like a plant guru.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
he has a line of stuff in Target. That's a fucking win, dude.
That's just what I was getting ready to say.
This is my point, right? If I just want the money, which I'm not saying I wouldn't put my shit in Target because I want the money, but I do also know that it's no longer the hype thing. It's no longer the cool shit.
You can put the
anymore.
bullshit.
It's just the average thing. Now.
No, yeah, that's where you put the bullshit. That's your Ralph Lauren assistant or whatever that shit was.
I don't think you can put the bullshit. I think if you could buy Supreme in Target right now, Supreme would be dead. There'd be no one ever again that would ever be looking to buy Supreme.
Unless it was.
I mean, it's probably sort of dead already right now, but I still wear Supreme. I don't really care.
Unless they changed it to like.
If I knew you could
I'm
get
wearing
Supreme
my
for
old
$20,
Supreme, but I'm not buying any new Supreme.
No,
right. I haven't bought
here's my thing.
Supreme in a
If
while.
they named it differently, which lets you know, hey, this is the
But then it's not the same
everyday
thing.
Supreme shit
That's
that
not
niggas can wear. And then they're like Nike. You can get a whole bunch of random Nike shirts or a bunch of random Nike shoes, but the shoes you want, you got to go to that app and wait till they drop.
What a good point, though. What a good point, though.
Okay.
Why Target and why Nike and not Target?
I think it's just it's connotations to the brands.
And also, too, that might be your win. That might have been all you wanted to do was get
That's
it
like
into
Big
a
Brother
store.
shit almost. As far as like if you're talking about clothing anyway, like that'd be like a Big Brother thing. Like it's no longer your thing anymore. It's some whole other thing. If you have a brand in Walmart or Target or something else.
But the thing is, once you
it's
get
now
that
for the
big,
masses. It's for anybody and everybody, and at the lowest number possible.
But
that's what that is.
So, but then that point,
you're not selling quantity over quality. I feel like at that point.
But you don't necessarily know because
or vice versa.
The people he has on, what is it? The Cartier or Carhartt. They're considered to be very reputable branding, and they stand behind their products, and they're not super expensive.
Yeah, but see, I guess I'm more of a hype BC person, so like Carhartt was never a thing
Carhartt's
that
now
like
becoming very hype BC.
Have you heard of Carhartt Work in Progress?
No,
dude, they have stores in Milan, New York.
All right, let me see what they're looking at.
I'm telling you. So I'm glad you brought it up because that's one of my favorite stories of taking a brand and changing it to the environment that's going to make money and build hype.
Yeah.
This is like
we're trying to be
style
trendy
side, and it's fucking dope, man.
All right, I see what they're doing.
Or like Adidas with the Chinese, the old Chinese. Like I think that's amazing.
But Nike, Adidas, like sportswear has always done it. Workwear has not done it until now.
True, workwear is trying to
branch
out there.
Dude, it's sick.
Saw the Kirkland SBs. Look, you see they getting in there. Kirkland SBs.
Right, I guess there's ways to do it.
I'm so mad.
And
we were told it wasn't real too.
I love where they're going with that. Costco is about to do that shit with Kirkland.
I heard Burlington did that too. They just dropped a bunch of SB jackets.
I feel like that's cool though because
that shit sucks because they limited to it. They be like, oh, only Seattle and all the dumbest.
If they were just sold for $20 a pop,
I think the point is the brand can be what you want it to be.
No, I need that fucking brand to be fucking here.
No,
I need that brand to be here.
Dude, look at Champion. Coming out, Champion was nonsense, and then all of a sudden it was hot.
Champion was up and down. Champion's always been up down. Same thing with Starter. They're always been up and down. Just like snapbacks, they've always been up and down.
Starter needs to get on their shit because Starter is like such a legacy brand, bro. Like that shit was so fucking cool back in the day. Like
they had weird cuts to all their clothing. Like they had weird cuts. Like all their jackets was weird. They would come half zip. Like
it's because they were trying.
Like, they were trying to.
It's different when you're trying.
Swish.
When you got that Walmart check coming in every month, and you know you ain't got to worry about nothing. You ain't got to try no more.
Hey man,
that's what kills your shit. It's almost less where it's at and just the effort that goes.
But as a creator,
like I guess that's anything.
But all right, but then wouldn't as a creator, like you would just want to stop and be like, okay, I'm cool with being original now. I've done all my artistic goals. And like, you know what I'm saying? I've created, I've painted with the best. I've sold $1 million blizzards. I got everything I ever wanted in my entire life.
At that point, give me the Walmart money.
Do I stop now doing my crazy shit and just pump out the everyday shit?
No, just give me the Walmart money.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'll have my one little signature line where I'm still doing me.
So that's still a dub. If you make the Walmart, that's always a dub.
Let me get it straight. Walmart offers me a check. It's a dub. Okay. It's always a dub if you get a bag. Go get your money, but just know it shit might not hit the same after that. That might be the last
but for you
time anybody says your shit is hot.
But for you though, that's important to you because you like.
It's important to me, yeah. It's important to me, but I mean, money's important to me too. So, I don't know which one is more important to me until somebody really puts that on front of me.
Make a new brand.
That's really what you got to do.
Yeah, but given a Walmart opportunity like that, you could make your own brand.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be the thought, right? So that would be where that's
use that Walmart money.
But all right, let's not hit on that for too long. All right, so just piggybacking off of that before we get out of this section, do collabs like movies and say like a toy and fast, like a McDonald's toy, right? Like a fast food collab, that type of collab. Does that actually make you care more, or is it just marketing?
It's for children.
You think it's just for kids?
Yeah, it's not for us.
I mean, but I don't know. Like,
but you see it.
So, all right. So
Nah,
you're right.
damn,
The
you're right.
Megan Thee Stallion burger. I forgot. Like you do got those. The ice spice
Quavo
meal.
shit, yeah, like
they don't give a fuck about
adults
the
out there
meals.
buying
I
that
just
shit.
give a fuck what comes on
Have
the motherfuckers.
either of you bought one?
no.
Yes,
You did,
because they made the sandwich how I want it to be made.
but not because it was.
Yeah, not because it was what's in it. It was I could order the sandwich how I want it as is, and I don't have to be like, don't add this and add this. Like that's the only time I found that shit's cool. It's like yes.
I will say this: while I personally don't give a shit about any of that, I did just watch my 12-year-old yesterday do an unboxing of the Burger King Demon Pop Hunter, whatever the fuck whatever that is. Demon Slayer Hunter, or whatever the fuck it is. They got a whole collab going with a big ass box and extra shit in it and fries you got to put in a shake and shake up. And
What?
he was all into this. He was all into this, and it was the first time I ever paid attention to whatever Demon Hunters on Netflix was doing. So like, I get it. I get it.
Is it selling? I think it's selling.
I mean,
Probably.
again.
I mean, again, it's for kids. So
I was sold just by punches and by like.
I mean, I don't know.
I think
I
it
guess
works.
it works.
It's
It
just
must work.
marketing.
Well,
This
they
is
wouldn't do
the
it.
evolution of marketing, and this is why they do it.
I call
It must
that
work
the
or they
Game of
wouldn't do it.
Thrones. That's the Game of Thrones right there.
Listen,
Marketing is the real Game of Thrones.
If they did a Game of Thrones McDonald's meal, I'd probably go to McDonald's.
probably
And I'd
already
never go
did.
to McDonald's.
I'm sure they already did.
No, they didn't.
The whole 10 years they didn't
I don't
once. I don't know.
Because I would have gone.
Did you look? Did you actually look and check? Because you could have been slipping. I could have.
No, but I was paying attention the whole time.
He said, "I'm on that Game of Thrones shit."
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Listen, anything Game of Thrones I hear about, okay?
Can we check just McDonald's Game of Thrones? Just
All right, let's
indulge
see.
me or fast food Game of
I'm
Thrones.
just gonna say
There's
fast
no
food.
way. No, time out.
Collabs.
You know what they did do? There was a
Not the-
Scotch. It was a Scotch collab where I want to say Glen
have.
Olivia.
Not with McDonald's though that I've seen. Let's see.
There was a Scotch collab where they
KFC.
did different bottles for the houses.
That doesn't count. In my
They've
opinion.
done
Sick.
three collabs that are like off the top. KFC in 2017.
KFC?
Yep, did a rice box in the UK where the hold the door scene was
In
parodied
UK.
into chicken and rice. In the UK,
That's
not
ridiculous.
Shake Shack in
Dumbass
2019.
UK.
I'm talking actual fucking toys.
Yeah, something
we're
good.
talking actual McDonald's toy,
or
bro.
just so they
talking
did,
about
it was
collabs. I
a
mean,
rice,
it's
it
not
was
really
a
a
rice
he,
box.
he wants the toy.
Yeah, some kind of chicken and rice box for the UK. This is more us. Shake Shack in 2019, they released a Game of Thrones themed menu featuring the Dracarius burger
I don't count those.
That's what I'm
and
talking
the
about.
Dragon Glass shake,
I don't-
which
I don't-
customers
I
could
don't
only
con-
order if they spoke Valerian.
Whoa.
What the fuck?
Okay. I didn't hear about that when I
Suck
came
my
out.
dick from the back. I'd have been like, give me the goddamn cup.
I mean, that's pretty intense.
That's pretty some
That is.
bullshit.
You got to really know about that one.
I wish a motherfucker would have told me how to speak Valerian. I'd have been hot.
I would love to
Let
see
me
the
speak-
face of the person working like the
The
registers.
fuck?
Like,
That's what I'm saying. Around here, they've been like, boy, if you don't get
you
your
didn't
ass
say it
up.
right. You didn't say it right. Try again.
No. Here, they be
they're-
like, you want the Vivette?
You just take your
Here you
fucking
go.
Dragon
They be like,
Glass
you
shake.
want the Viva
Take your
cup?
shit and
The
go,
who?
weirdo.
The Valiga cup? The who? Do you want the Game of Thrones cup or nah? Like,
Oh man.
That's-
All right, so let's pivot a little bit. Oh man. All right, so let's talk about internet fame real quick.
Oh,
Just
shit.
to end us out, right? What do you think are the long-term effects of going viral unexpectedly, right?
well, it depends what you do with it. You can either squander it, lose it, and then you were just another notch in the algorithm that got hot, or you could turn it into a multi-million-dollar business,
Or you can
a
try.
stepping stone.
That depends
It
what
depends
you want
on
out of it.
how you do it. It all depends on how you do it and where you do it. Charleston White, whatever he did, he got in and he made sure he plays his character everywhere he go, every step of the way, no matter up, down, or whatever, and that's where you at. So
I feel like he's definitely a certain pick, but like I feel like for every kind of person like that makes something out of it, got the Hawk Tour girls of the world.
But see, but she fell off.
Try to get that bag afterwards, and
but
then
that's because she made a crypto coin and did try to do a rug pull. It's totally different.
Yeah, but I'm sure her manager told her to do that.
I was gonna say, you think she knew anything about
her
that
idea? You think that was that girl's idea? Absolutely
but
not.
here's my thing.
She was like, "What am I doing, manager?" And he was like, "I got an idea."
Here's the thing.
That's a dumbass manager.
I would
that girl
say,
did not have that idea.
I would say whatever you potentially went viral for, you would still have to stay someone within your wheelhouse to remain relevant.
Right, but when your wheelhouse is one random catchphrase, the fuck are you even?
If your warehouse is
what does that even mean?
On that thing, I don't, unless you came out with a sex channel after that or some sort of like parody channel.
That probably been the way she had to go.
What she should have done is just kept doing more of that shit. In interviewing people drunk at the bar and being like, "I'm the Hawk Tuah girl. What do you have to say?"
Oh no, she wasn't a host. She was a person.
She was an interviewee.
She was an interviewee.
Exactly. She should have then become the interviewer.
She could have, I guess.
I'm just saying.
I feel like that's a hard life to live. Though.
What you said is keep it in the wheelhouse.
Yeah,
that was what she did. She was a drunk girl out. Just stay being a drunk girl out.
That's
I feel like she had to lean into that, right? Like
that's not healthy though. That doesn't leave so great lifestyles.
I mean,
that's what I was thinking, right?
But how long did it take her for her to tap out anyway?
I mean, she tapped out
about the same amount of time that she would have tapped out.
Like about
couldn't have went much worse, I guess
she lasted for a pretty long time because she was going on.
She had a podcast be very interested to find out how much she is worth now.
She has a podcast.
I don't know. I don't know how accurate it was. I would Google it, but I'm sure it's not accurate.
Yeah, it's definitely not
accurate. Just because I've Googled myself and it's definitely not accurate.
Interesting stat.
Damn, what does yours say?
Oh, bro, I Googled. I got sent my net worth one time by some random person on the internet who, yeah, it was posted. Someone supposedly said I had 40 mil.
Hey,
so I know how
Thanks,
that
bro.
shit looks. Right. So I was like, damn,
where's it at?
Yo, can you please break down how we got there so I can go through my books?
So like I said, I'd Google, but I know how wrong it is.
There's no way I lost that much because I don't have it.
But talking about her, right, and what her situation, right, not to be too specific about her, but like public accountability, right, like.
Right.
How has social media changed how people are held accountable for their mistakes now, right? Like
you would think by being able to be exposed at any moment, like you would think you would just instantly be accountable.
Like, do you think people get judged too quickly, like too often now, or like what? Or do we have to take into account that it probably wasn't her idea, right?
Depends.
Like she probably didn't really know that.
It all plays out as time goes on.
But I know she would have spent all that money the same.
It all undeveloped
some research
as it goes. It's how you, like I said, it's all how you play in the moment. If you see that's going this way, my image is turning this way. You get what I'm saying? How are you turning like the tenderism nigga? How are you turning this into a different avenue? Okay, he got fired from those people. He got kicked off. Cool. He's now turned it. Got a whole nother restaurant coming and about the tour. Like he turned what he was into and turned it into something bigger, and he's got funding behind it because they know his business plan. They realized what he did to Capital Smokehouse. They saw what he did. Oh, they saw his numbers. So his business speaks for himself and his image, and he's personable, and he became a whole face of a whole guy.
I don't know. I just feel like in this day and age, you make the right mistake, and that's just it for you.
I mean, no, it's easy. It's very easy to make the right mistake.
I feel like it's very much more.
It's hard to make the right decision.
Like you have a very short amount of time to make a decision, which will or will not go viral and change your whole fucking life. Mm-hmm. From there, you have a very short amount of time to figure out what you're going to do with that.
Mm-hmm. Very short.
I think mistakes are made left and right.
The first thing you should do, in my opinion,
should we hold them against? Should we hold that against them? Because I don't know if it's really fair.
You got to start with the interviews. Once you do the interviews, in like your first couple of interviews, you got to start laying out whatever you're trying to do or become. And not saying that your viral moment led you to there, but like, Hawk Tuah, and then she's like, all right, no, in real life I'm an actual Scientologist, and then she just starts going into Scientology, and the Hawk Tuah is what made us pay attention to her, but her whole thing was Scientology from the beginning. So
right, but I feel like you have to have a thing, right? Like she clearly had no thing, like she has nothing.
Yeah, she had
of value or interest
she
to
did.
give other than that, right? That was her problem.
Okay,
right? She should have picked a lane and stuck it afterwards. Like, oh yeah, that was funny and all, but I don't really do that. That's what I do.
Like, unfortunately, she might have just lost it.
But to me, I feel like I don't give her too much credit. I don't give her too much leeway because, again, she would have spent that money. If it came in, if it hit the way she thought it was going to hit, or whoever told her it was going to hit, she'd have been perfectly fine with whatever occurred. And if she got to keep all this money and do whatever,
yeah,
then
but
I don't think she would've thought,
like, put yourself in her shoes in that room with the manager who's like, listen,
I've had managers, man.
This shit is going crazy right now. Do you want to make a lot of money, or like, well, what do you want to do? And she's like,
make a lot of money.
Yeah,
but
with a lot of
it's
money
all
comes a lot of
bitches.
red flags, red tape. Like you gotta be smart about it. You gotta do your research.
How old
You
is
can't
that
just
girl?
do
she
She's
anything.
had
like
the wrong
22.
publishing team.
She had to know
She had the
crypto
wrong-
is volatile. Like she had to know that shit is something that you can get
No,
fucked up with.
that was her
Not
whole
at the
plan.
time.
No,
I don't think she did.
Yes, she did. I think her.
You think
I don't
she
think
knew
I
that
don't
it
think
was
anybody's
gonna
that
Whoever put
naive.
her into
blow
it,
up like that?
No. Whoever saw her,
Therefore, she had no
saw
idea
her
what she was
as
doing.
what she was, an opportunity at that moment, and they already had planned to rug pull. That was already the plan once they decided to work with her. That was already the plan.
Like the manager.
I don't judge
from the manager, not necessarily hard to. I don't know what the fuck. She's probably on every goddamn thing.
I don't judge. I don't judge the average viral moment of like if you fall off afterwards, like you don't know how to follow it up and you can't like do whatever. Like I don't judge you for that. Like
True.
You didn't expect to be famous. You're not gonna have a plan.
Right.
But like you doing some sneaky shit or doing some foul shit, you know, because you got famous overnight and just trying to get that buck as fast as possible. Then if it goes sideways, that's on you, bro. Like I can't feel bad for you. I can't give you no. Oh, you didn't know. Like. You jumped into that shit like you knew, you know. So somebody should have did some research. You should have asked somebody. You should have chat GPT that shit, motherfucker. Like you should have did something. Like, you know, I can't. She had to know what crypto was to even do it. Like, she had to have known something.
Yeah, I'm not saying that no one didn't sell her.
I feel like
on some
she
bullshit.
was letting somebody else ride her name.
Yeah,
I'm sure she was.
She said that. She was. Someone else was running everything for her. She just thought she was just going to show up and make money.
Just a prime example of like. You know,
that's willful ignorance, in my opinion.
Yeah, she was.
Agreed.
They literally, I think they planned the rug pull once they realized she's not going anywhere. Like I said, she had a podcast. I don't think anyone was actually on there. Like,
did you ever listen to one?
No, I've only heard the Papa Meat parody when he's just like, she go like, spit on that thing.
I have seen that video. But yeah, no. I would never listen to something like that. 'Cause again, this is not a person of substance that I should be paying attention to.
Yeah,
This is something that is put in front of me. One of those things where like everything I know about you is against my will. That's one of those people.
Filter it?
Oh, wait, I have one.
Should she be allowed?
I gotta filter it myself. I mean, I don't engage with this shit.
How do you feel
I'm not
about
watching
adults watching other adults on like YouTube, like their vlogs, and like watching their stuff to like learn stuff from them? Like,
I don't mind
let's say a fashion model. No
What's wrong with
one
that?
of substance, just someone like
That's
a
what YouTube is
fashion
for.
model, I guess.
What you want?
Well, because I was talking to somebody and she was that's
I think there should be some level of like accreditation where this is
it just felt
quality
stupid.
information that you can use on a different level than normal social media.
I think that just plays into the part of like the viewer having to know who they're watching. Like,
Yeah, but the viewer, you can't count on the viewer to be
smart enough to discern the content,
to filter that.
and that's why I didn't think
that's where our problem is.
right, and that's what my issue was with this person because what they would do is that they would watch, try to
I
sit
feel like
here.
it should be kind of like meat grading. This is USDA. Good information.
Good information.
No, you're right.
This is shit information. You should know.
Yeah,
you
you're
should
right.
know what
There
level.
should be a community like noting type of system for like YouTube for sure.
Just
Like, I feel
levels,
like
just
it doesn't matter
levels
so
to it.
much on like craft people or like, oh, if I teach you how to make this thing, but like I didn't really teach you that well, then like fuck it, like it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like watch somebody else do it. I'm sure there's another video, but like I think it does matter for stuff like, you know, the finance pages and like tech guys that are giving reviews on shit like
but guys,
Well, all these financial schemes.
But that's
These guys telling you how to do shit. That should be graded D for shit.
right.
And people who are like Warren Buffett
will that be
giving you
perspective?
fucking information that's real should be graded A.
Well, wouldn't that be perspective? Because for somebody that makes them nothing, but for another person they make millions off of it. You get what I'm saying? Like that's perspective.
Yeah, but that could be actually broken down into real
No, but you're
statistics on who's getting ripped off and who's making money.
Well, there is a guy on YouTube who actually does the things that people say that's going to make them money quickly, and he made a whole channel off of
Right.
exposing those. So
I
Is
bet
that Andrew
98%
Tate?
of them are bullshitting.
Is that Andrew Tate?
no,
Exactly.
like no,
Exactly.
some black guy.
There's somebody telling you how to do it right,
Right.
and there's somebody how to tell you to do it wrong.
I mean, but again,
And someone should be telling you that one is right and one is wrong.
Please like and subscribe.